Well, hello, my friends. It has been a while, hasn't it? Welcome back to my channel. I don't even know what week it is, but I'll put it in here and it'll be in the description. It's been a while. I just want to say thank you for being so patient with me while I took this break, because I really needed this break, and it's not done. The break is not done. My vacation got completely changed around, which I will explain everything. I have so much to talk to you guys about. Oh my gosh. So much. I hope this video isn't super long, but I have so much to talk to you guys about. I want to talk about just where I've been, like just the struggles that I've had recently, where I am now and where I'm heading, and all of the big changes that are happening in my life. And I hope you guys stick with me because they're pretty big changes. So let's get into it. Alright guys, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm the incredible shrinking Steffi. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, be a part of my journey, and allow me to be a part of yours. This channel is my journey to lose a total of 200 pounds from my highest weight of 374. I have lived with food addiction my entire life, ever since I was a little girl. And on this journey, it is my goal to overcome the addiction, to really understand the addiction and understand how to live with this addiction. And that is pretty much what this channel is all about. The mental part of this battle, because that is the most important part of this journey. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you lose the weight. But if you don't fix what's going on up here, fix the problems that are going on up here, how you ended up at your highest weight. I was almost 400 pounds at one point in my life. And I need to fix some junk that's going on inside of me. And that is what my channel is truly about. I started my channel doing keto and intermittent fasting, dirty keto. I have lots of videos on keto and how I was successful and how I lost all of my weight. And then I transitioned into more of a low carber. And I'm just so excited to share with you guys just the changes that are going on right now in my life. But if that interests you, if you want to join my journey, if you want to really tackle the mental part of this journey and really figure out those demons inside of you and how to get rid of them, how to overcome this, and just really truly overcome this, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we take this journey together. Also, I have a support group on Facebook, The Shrinkables, so come join us over there. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All of that is down below. All right, guys, so we are officially on summer vacation, so it's a lot harder for me to find times to film since I have the kids with me 24/7. But I have an amazing husband who works with me on that. But let me just talk about vacation changes. So the last time you heard from me, I was going to go to Texas and then Florida and then be back. That was my vacation. Well, I went to Texas and it was amazing. Had some quality time with my girl Callie, and we just had so much fun. It was a very short trip. It was only 4 days. But our Florida trip got canceled, unfortunately, which kind of worked out because I ended up injuring my knees again in Texas. So yeah, we're going to talk about that too, because that's something that I have been struggling with the past month. Ridiculous. So anyway, Florida trip got canceled, but we scheduled a trip coming up to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're going to a camp resort. There's a water park there and everything. The kids are going to have so much fun. We're only spending a couple nights, but we really wanted to take the RV somewhere. So we are leaving on the 22nd, and then we will be back that week. I believe we're leaving Tuesday. And we'll be back Wednesday, Thursday. So I plan on getting back into YouTube full time. Let's smash it. Let's do it. Let's hit some goals, right? I plan on getting serious, even though I'm serious now, but I plan on getting serious with YouTube after my vacation. So bear with me. Be patient with me. Just continue being patient with me, because I know I've taken a lot of time off, but I really needed to focus on my mental health, guys. Like I was really struggling a lot, and we're going to talk about those struggles. We're going to talk about the things that I have been going through, and yes, but let's talk about my knee injury first. So for those of you who have been following me the entire time, you may have heard that I have patellofemoral pain syndrome, also known as runner's knee. I first got it when I first started my YouTube channel. It was right in the beginning when I first started working out. Heavy girl, there's too much pressure on my knees, whatever, something happened, and I ended up getting it. And it was so painful. For months I struggled with that, and it just really set me back. It was one of the setbacks in my journey, but I got through it. We got through it and we survived, right? And then hit many setbacks after that. But in Texas, Callie and I danced. Like, we went out, we partied, we danced. It was just so much fun. I didn't have any kids with me. It was vacation for me, and it was just so much fun to just get out there and just dance and have fun. However, my knees couldn't take it, and I completely overdid it. And the night before I flew back to Maine is one of the nights that we went out and danced. And the next day, oh my gosh, I completely just injured my knees all over again. All of the same pain that I experienced almost 4 years ago, I was getting again. And it was absolutely horrible. And so I had to go through it again. I came back from Texas, and honestly, guys, I couldn't even walk. Like, I looked like I was 105 years old. Like, I could not. Actually, 105-year-olds could probably walk better than I did. So much pain, so much inflammation, just activated that arthritis, which is why I had such a problem when we did the squat challenge. It just hurts my runner's knee. I have to be very careful with the way that I work out. I have to be very careful with the way that I exercise, because if I do it too much, if I do it the wrong way, I'm going to end up in pain, which is exactly what happened to me. However, I am feeling a lot better. I am still struggling with it. I still have tons of inflammation around my kneecaps, and it's very painful to walk sometimes. It's hard to stand for a long period of time. I get very tired, so it's definitely a setback, which really sucked because I planned on just getting really serious with exercise, right? Like, just working out. I had mentioned to you guys that when I got back from Florida, I was going to just get serious and just go hardcore working out and just doing it right and getting serious. And so this was a major setback for me. And of course, it affected my mindset. Of course, I got discouraged. And of course, it's excuses. Like, I could have said, okay, well, my knees aren't working, my legs aren't working right now, but I can work out. I can do upper body workouts, right? Like, I just don't make excuses. You can do something. Something is better than nothing. But of course, I fell into that pity party, and I was so discouraged. And I was like, seriously, this is happening to me again? Like, are you kidding me? And so I really struggled a lot. I wouldn't say with depression again, but I was just very discouraged and very frustrated. And so that's just something that I have been dealing with. Happy to say that I have come out of that. I am definitely feeling so much better now. And I will tell you, I started to struggle again with alcohol. Now, I have mentioned to you guys before that I have a drinking problem, that I drink too much at night, and I've used alcohol as just a way to self-medicate. And when I was going through a really hard time in my life, I relied on alcohol. I relied on my drinks at night to just kind of help me escape the stress, escape just the life that I was living, because it was just so hard. And it took me away. I felt like a different person. I felt free. I felt good. Obviously not healthy, right? Not healthy to use alcohol to self-medicate. And that's exactly what I was doing. And so I mentioned to you guys that I quit drinking, which I did. I quit drinking for a while, but then I fell back into the drinking again. And I've been seeing a therapist, which I absolutely love her. She's really helping me through this. Another thing is the alcohol was causing a flare up in my body. And so with my knee injury, it was making the pain so much worse. So it's like, I had to ask myself, like, are you stupid? Like, why do you keep doing something that's physically hurting you? Like, you can't even walk because of the flare up, because of the inflammation. And so when I stopped drinking, my legs were just so much better because it wasn't causing that inflammation. And so it was just kind of like a wake up call. Like, you need to start taking care of your body. You need to start getting serious about this. Stop turning to things to make you feel better, like, stop trying to self-medicate. Stop using these unhealthy substances to comfort you in those moments, because it's killing you, like, it's physically hurting you. So I did it. Haven't had a drink since last Wednesday night, and I plan on never drinking at home again, because that's truly where I lose control, is just drinking at night. I don't have a problem having a drink or two out, socially or whatever, because I've never been a social drinker anyway. Not really my thing. So that's not really a problem, but I made the decision to just no more alcohol in the house, because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So this is something that I definitely have been struggling with, and I have shared with you guys many times before how much of a struggle it has been for me. But I don't know, I feel different now. Like, I feel like this is it. Like, this is my time. This is my time to get serious about myself and my health and stop doing the things that are causing me harm, physical harm. Like, dude, you're causing so much inflammation in your body when you could just stop drinking. And as soon as I stopped drinking, my legs were just so much better. So anyway, that is one thing that I had been struggling with, but overcame. Now for the big changes. Okay. This is, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And a part of me was just really nervous to make this video, because the life that I'm living right now is very different than the life that I was living before. Like I said, I started my journey doing dirty keto and intermittent fasting. And I did that for a couple of years. I was really consistent with keto for about 2 years. And then I switched more into low carb, just because I wanted just some more flexibility when it came to carbs, when it came to good healthy carbs as far as veggies go. One thing that happened to me when I transitioned into low carb is that I was low carb. However, I never lost the keto mindset. First, let me say, because I have so many people doing keto, doing carnivore on my channel, I have to say I am completely not against keto. Keto helped me be completely successful in the beginning of my journey, and I lost a ton of weight doing keto. It worked for me when it came to weight loss. However, when it came to my addiction, it just wasn't working for me anymore. It wasn't working. I continued to demonize foods that I shouldn't demonize. And every time I would look at something that I couldn't have, and it could be a trigger food, it could be something unhealthy, it could be something, like chips or bread or sweets or anything like that. When I look at it, I can't have that. I can't have that because that is bad. I started to realize that every single time I would tell myself that I can't have a certain food, it would take me back to that little girl. That little girl growing up, constantly being put on diets, constantly, being encouraged to lose weight and disciplined to lose weight, and just really loving food, really, really loving those bad, unhealthy foods and really, really wanting them. And every time those foods were ripped away from her, she craved them even more. And then she developed this addiction to it. She developed this mindset that those foods are bad, but they taste so good. Why do they taste so good if they're so bad for me? I can't have those. I can't because they're bad for me. That's the mindset that I have always had, is that there are foods over here and there are foods over here. I can't have those because those are super bad for me, but I can have these. Although these ones taste really good and I would love to have a little bit of that. The longer that I restricted myself from them, the second that I would taste something again, it would cause this trigger inside of me where I would just lose all control and I would binge. And almost 4 years later on this journey, I was still having those moments of binging. Because let's face it, keto is restriction. Now, I will tell you guys, if you are someone that is doing keto, you're doing carnivore and you are loving it and you're living the lifestyle that you are comfortable with and you're not having any issues with that, by all means, stick with it, right? Like, we all have to do what's right for us. And like I said, I am not against it at all because it helped me be extremely successful with weight loss. But I had made a couple videos like a couple months ago now, because I've taken some time off, telling you guys that I'm just tired. That I was just so tired of the fight. I'm so tired of the struggle. I'm so tired of the addiction popping up. I'm so tired of feeding my kids food and telling myself that I can't have it. I'm so tired of wanting it, but then telling myself that I can't have it because it's bad. I was really feeling like God was telling me, okay, it's time for a change. It's time to change. It's time to change the mindset. The mindset has to change. So I started saying to myself, okay, I can eat whatever I want. I can have that, I can have that, I can have that, I can have that, but I'm going to choose to be healthy the majority of the time. I'm going to choose to treat my body with love and care. I'm going to choose to take care of myself. However, if I want to have something, I will not restrict myself. So when I started saying that, I will be absolutely honest with you, it scared the crap out of me. It scared the crap out of me because I've never lived that life. I've never been able to just eat what I want, in moderation, because I've always restricted myself. That has been my entire life. I have restricted myself. I have lost a bunch of weight. I ate something that triggered it, and then I would gain some back. Oh, and then gain all my weight back sometimes. Let's do it again. Let's do keto. Let's do Atkins. Let's do low carb, something that's going to restrict you because it works, right? Let's face it, it works. It works. But it doesn't help with the addiction because you're restricting yourself, and restriction leads to binging, at least with me. Now, I know not everybody is the same. Some people can restrict themselves and be completely fine, and maybe that works for you. And if it works for you, keep doing it. We got to find what works for us. It wasn't working for me anymore. And I've mentioned to you guys so many times before, like, it's almost 4 years that I've been on this journey, and I still struggle with binging. Like, what? What the heck? I want to live with freedom. Now, that doesn't mean that I can just eat whatever I want and I can just eat, because that's not freedom either. That's living in the prison that I've always lived in, in my obese days. That's not freedom. But every time I tell myself that I can't have a certain food because it's bad, it brings back all those painful memories of what I dealt with as a child and where that addiction really, truly developed. That's where it came from. It came from just being constantly on diets and just demonizing foods, labeling foods, when really it's just food. It's just food. It's all just food. Now, if you eat too much of one thing, it could definitely cause some issues, right? So we have to stay in control. We have to eat in moderation. So, like I said, when I first started saying this to myself, that I was going to have this mindset change, it really scared me. It scared me because I didn't know what I was doing. But I said, okay, I'm going to have this mindset change, but also I'm going to focus on behavior. I'm going to focus on habits, because that is where I struggle, is being consistent with exercise. And so I said, okay, I'm going to work out first thing in the morning. When I wake up, I'm going to have a workout. It's done. It's going to start my day. It's going to give me more energy. I'm going to feel great. I quit drinking. I didn't have to deal with feeling crappy in the morning. And so the very first day I woke up, and I wasn't even really serious because I didn't even have like my workout clothes out, just to be prepared. And Chris and I both said that we were going to work out together, and I don't think he was even serious about it. So I said, well, let's wake up at 4:30 and have a workout. And so I woke up the next morning, and I was wide awake, and I'm like, okay, I bet you anything it's 4:30. And so I looked at my phone, 4:32. So I'm like, all right, God, I hear you. I hear you. Took me a minute to get up. So it was about 5 o'clock by the time I got up. I didn't wake Chris up because I felt like he was tired and just needed to sleep. But I did get up, and I had an amazing workout, and it just felt so good. It felt so good to start my day like that. And for those of you who are doing that, like you're consistent with exercise, because I know a lot of you are. You guys are consistent with exercise. You are rock stars. I'm so proud of you. That is a struggle of mine. That is something that I really need to work on. So being able to just discipline myself and commit to that every single morning, first thing in the morning, get it out of the way, because if I wait and say, oh, well, I'm going to do it later, no, I won't do it. I'll make excuses, and depending on how I feel and, whatever. Get it out of the way before I have my coffee. Just do it. Well, I have been doing that for the past, what day is it? Wednesday. I have been doing that for almost a week now, and waking up in the morning and just working out and just getting that boost in the morning, right? Like, it just feels so good. My body is so sore, which is awesome, because I feel those muscles being worked that haven't been worked, that need to be worked. So number one, that is what I have been doing. That's a big change in my life that I've been doing, is working out first thing in the morning. And I feel incredible. I feel absolutely incredible. Another change that I'm doing. Now, this is the big one. Like I said, I'm no longer doing keto. Well, guys, I am no longer doing low carb. And I know some of you are looking for a keto / low carb YouTuber, and I completely understand if you want to unfollow me, if you want to just find other keto low carb YouTubers. I completely understand, and there's no hard feelings at all. But this was a change that I had to make for me. This was a change that I had to make in order to overcome my addiction, in order to soothe that little girl who craves those foods like you wouldn't believe, that still lives inside of me. And it took me a while. It took me a while to make this change. Like, it's been in my head. I've been scared. I have had this incredible fear in doing this because it's fear of the unknown, right? Like, you don't know. I'm still experimenting. This is all new to me. Maybe it won't work out. I feel like it will. However, maybe it won't, like, this is all experimentation, and that's what we have to do. We change, we evolve in this journey, and we have to follow that. We have to follow God's lead, and that is what I'm doing. And so, I've been doing this since Thursday. I have been eating clean. I have been focusing on protein, just making sure that I am getting a ton of protein every day, protein in every single meal. I'm no longer doing intermittent fasting. I do have my coffee in the morning. I don't have breakfast first thing in the morning. I work out, I have my coffee, and then I will have my protein shake. Now, I plan on making a video showing you guys specifically everything I'm doing, but I will tell you, I am eating what I want to eat. I am not restricting myself. And I will tell you that since Thursday, it is Wednesday now, so 6 days, I've lost 6 pounds. I have had pepperoni pizza for lunch. I have had cookies. I have had a little bit of candy. I am not restricting myself. However, I'm focusing on good, healthy foods the majority of the time. Good, healthy protein in every single meal. Good, healthy carbs when I do eat carbs. However, if something is there, that person comes up and says, "Oh, that must taste good. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have some," because I refuse to restrict myself anymore, guys. I refuse to. So I had gained some weight after Texas. I was kind of like just yo-yo dieting up and down. I was going from like 217 to 225, 218 to 227. Like, I was just like yo-yoing. And so after Texas, when I first started, when I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's just experiment. Let's just try this out. Let's just see if this is going to work, right? Where I can actually feel like I have freedom. So on June 13th, Thursday, I weighed in at 226.4. And then by Tuesday, I was 220.0. So I had lost 6.4 pounds, went up a little bit, fluctuation there for today, 220.9. But I've lost 6 pounds since doing this, and I feel like I'm not restricting myself at all. Now, like I said, I plan on making a video just showing you specifically what I'm doing and what's working for me right now. I would love your feedback. I would love to know what you're thinking about this new journey. Like, are you still interested in following me? Do you still want to see like what I'm eating? Because I obviously want to help you guys, and showing you what's working for me is what I need to do. And so, like I said, I completely understand if you're not interested in following my journey anymore, if it doesn't fit yours. But I encourage you to, if you struggle with addiction. I encourage you to just take a look at your journey and your life. Are you constantly restricting yourself and it's working? You'll lose that water weight, you'll lose some weight, but then the second that you try one of your favorite foods, one of your trigger foods, you lose all control. And you start binging, and then you gain a bunch of weight back. And then you have to start over. Then you have to restrict yourself again. And then the same thing happens again and again and again. When are we going to stop doing that? When are we going to find a new way to live? When are we going to stop demonizing foods? When are we going to stop having labels on all these foods? It's just food. And being able to eat things in moderation and learn how to do that, learn how to have the control is key, because that is when you are going to live with true freedom. And incorporating exercise. And when I say exercise, I mean strength training. I mean building muscle, because that is what's going to help you lose fat. And that is what's going to help you be healthy and successful. Increase that protein, build muscle, and just watch what you eat. eat clean the majority of the time, but don't restrict yourself. That is what I'm following right now. And I encourage you to follow me. I encourage you to see if this is going to work for me. But so far it is. Like, I couldn't even believe it, honestly. Like, I would eat something that I would normally eat before when I was restricting myself. I would gain like 4 pounds. Here I am losing. Like, I'm losing it because I'm eating in moderation. I'm watching what I eat. I'm not overdoing it. I'm not binging because I'm not restricting myself. So every time I do taste something, I don't lose control because I'm not restricting myself. There's no restriction there. However, I do have to be careful with trigger foods, things that I would eat too much of, I would say. And that's chips and things like that. Like, I could totally eat like a bag of chips just continuously, right? So I have to be careful of things like that. I think we all do. We all have things that we should stay away from because we eat too much of it, and it's just not healthy for us. But I don't know, guys. I feel different. I feel amazing. I feel like this will be the breakthrough for me. I really, truly do. I feel like this is what I've been looking for. And it feels amazing to know, like, when we have like an event scheduled or we're like going somewhere or going out to eat, every time that would happen before and I was on plan, I was on track, I was doing keto, I was being strict, that little voice in my head says, oh, crap, you know, you're on track, so you can't have that. You can't have that. You want it, but you can't have it. You can't have it because it's bad. It's bad for you. I'm tired of the fight. I'm tired of the fight. And so now I'm choosing to fight back. I'm fighting back for myself, my health, and for that little girl. For that little girl. Because she needs it. All right, guys, so my vacation is coming up soon to South Carolina, very short vacation. So I plan on getting back into YouTube end of June, beginning of July for sure. I do have a camping, summers are always just so crazy, right? So I do have a camping trip coming up in July, the first week of July, second week of July, I gotta check. My husband booked it. So I will have that going on, but I could always do like a what I eat on my camping trip video for you guys if you want me to. Just let me know what you think, because I just feel like we have formed an incredible community here. Like, we have relationships, we have friendships within this community, and I feel like we're all taking this journey together. And I was nervous. I was nervous to talk to you guys about this just because it's a big deal, right? Like, it's a big deal. People are finding me from old videos, from old keto videos. I'm having new subscribers come and subscribing to my channel because I'm a keto YouTuber. And I have to say that I don't think that I will ever be keto again. That being said, if you are keto and you haven't checked out all my videos, I have playlists filled with videos that can help you with keto and intermittent fasting, carnivore fast, egg fast, everything. So make sure to check that out. I do have playlists available for you guys. So excited to hear what you have to say, excited to hear your feedback. Oh, let's do it, guys. I'm excited. I'm excited about this change. I'm excited about the transformation because I really feel like this is it. And I'm falling in love with working out. I'm falling in love with building muscle. Like, that's my favorite. I'm not a fan of cardio at all, but being able to do strength training and my new Pilates bar that I have to show you guys. I'll show you that in my next video. Super awesome. Oh my gosh, in love with it. Works my whole entire body and I'm just feeling so sore, but in a really good way. But yeah, so I hope this video wasn't super long. It probably was. But I guess that is it. If you are still watching right now and you're still with me, I want you to comment down below, I am still with you, because I'd love to know if you are. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and join my support group on Facebook. I'll see you guys at the next video. Stay safe and choose health. Bye, guys.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until